everyone, welcome to Medicine for the Soul. I'm Sarah. Today's practice is a full body flow for your second trimester. We're going to take everything we've learned in the past few videos and put them into this one. You'll need all your usual props plus a strap or a scarf if you have one. Let's get started. Welcome to your second trimester full body flow. We're going to incorporate kind of everything we've been doing the last few videos, working on some leg and glute strength, some stretching, breathing exercises, all that good stuff. We're going to get started in our reclined position here. So however you've been doing this, you can go ahead and set that up for yourself. I like to use 2 blocks, one on the tall setting, one on the medium, and then put my bolster right over both of them. And so when you're ready, you can lay back and just close our eyes and take a second to get settled here. You can have your legs outstretched. You can have soles of the feet together, whatever feels good for you today. Placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your baby. Relax your shoulders, allow your collarbone to fall open. Relax your jaw. Allow yourself to feel fully supported by your props. Take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Imagining your breath going all the way down to your baby. Let's do one more deep breath here. And you can flutter your eyes open. We're going to stay right here for the time being. Just bring your arms out to the side and do some wrist rolls, some ankle rolls in one direction and switch direction. And you can release and bring your feet flat to the mat, knees bent, and just gently bring your knees, drop your knees over to one side and the other. Nothing too extreme or crazy here. Just loosening up, giving our lower back a little bit of a release. Nice gentle movements to get started here. And bring your knees back to the center. Let's bring our right ankle to left thigh for a figure 4. You can adjust this stretch, so you can bring your opposite foot out more if you're feeling extra tight today. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring it in. You can also press your bent leg away from you. I guess your right leg, they're both bent. So press your right leg away from you and you get a little bit of a deeper stretch there. I'll remind everyone about relaxin again. So that pregnancy hormone making you feel like maybe you're a little bit more flexible than you really are. So we're going to do 80% of what we feel like we can do today, stretching wise. And let's switch sides. Again, adjusting however feels good for you today. Maybe taking some more deep breaths. And release, bringing your legs wide again, outstretched in front of you. Bring your arms out to the side, getting a nice stretch through your chest and shoulders. Opening up your collarbone, palms facing the ceiling. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And we're going to practice here our Ujjayi breath, or ocean's breath, which is breathing in and out through your nose with a constricted throat. So the sound might sound like either someone who's about to start snoring or an ocean, like the waves. And this breath is so important. It helps us focus. It also helps us conserve our breath, our life force, our energy. So if you're in a difficult position or you're going through a painful period in your labor, this breath can be very helpful. In through the nose and out through the nose with a constricted throat. Remember to relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Let's do one more breath here. And opening your eyes, bringing your hands down to your mat, gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. And let's put our props to the side for the time being. You can place the blocks up at the top of your mat and grab your strap or your belt, scarf, whatever you've got going on today. And let's actually have a seat up on our blanket. So fold your blanket and bring your sits bones just right to the edge here so that our hips are elevated, our pelvis is in a nice stable upright position. That's better. All right, and so we're taking our strap, arms outstretched in front of us. You can kind of play around with how wide your arms are. You'll kind of figure that out, what is comfortable for you while we do this movement. So we're gonna inhale here, nice deep breath, sitting nice and tall. Raise your arms up and exhale, drop them down behind you. And can you do this while keeping your ribs closed, sitting nice and tall? So you may have to adjust the width of your hands. Let's inhale again, coming up. And exhale, back down. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you find a spot that feels really good and you want to hold it for a second. That's fine too. Or maybe you find that you do not want to go all the way back or down, or that you can't, and that is also fine. We're finding our edge and then backing off. So if this isn't working for you, you can make it work for yourself just by maybe going down halfway. Work with your own breath here, your own pace. Going slowly back down. Let's do one more. Wherever you are, you can finish up the one you're on or do one more. You can release and put your strap off to the side. We're going to continue to sit here. Interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows out to the side. Ribs closed in as much as you can with your belly. And crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. You're going to press the back of your head in slightly, back into your hands, pressing your chin back. Inhale, exhale. We're just twisting our upper back. So this is not a super deep twist. This isn't a very deep movement. Coming back to center on an exhale. Inhale here in the center. And exhale, twist. So we're just twisting our upper back. This is a great exercise for your posture. You can move at your own pace. It's hard to keep our posture proper when we're so out of balance. There's all this weight on the front of us. We overcompensate sometimes. Okay, let's do one more on the opposite side. And coming back to center, shaking your arms out. Let's give our neck a couple of rolls here, just halfway, going side to side. And coming back to center, rolling one shoulder at a time back. And forward. And coming back to neutral. And let's extend our right leg out to the right. If this feels awkward for you with the blanket, you can remove it or you can keep it, whatever is working for you today. And we're going to inhale, left arm up. And exhale, reach over to the right, sliding your right hand down your right leg towards your ankle and gazing left. Nice deep breath into your side body here. Coming back to center on an exhale. We're going to bring our left hand to the mat. Inhale, right arm up. And can you lift your hips up off of your mat? Exhale, reach over to the left. And breathe. Back to your mat on an exhale. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale over to the right. One breath here. Coming back to center on an exhale. We're going to repeat back and forth. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lifting off of the mat if you feel comfortable doing that. If this feels good for you, you feel stable. One breath here. And coming back to your mat on an exhale. So we'll do one more of those. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale. And exhale, back to center. Left hand meets the mat. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, reaching over to the left, hips shining towards the ceiling. One breath. And coming back to your mat on an exhale. Okay, and we'll switch sides, extending your left leg out to the left, bending your right leg in close to your body. Inhale, left, right arm up. And exhale, over to the left, sliding your left hand down your left leg and gazing over to the right. Nice deep breath into your side body here. And coming back to center on an exhale, bring your right hand to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, up and over, lifting your hips over to the left. I mean right, I'm so sorry. One breath here. And exhale, coming back to your mat. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, over to the left, gazing right. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to center. Right hand to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, hips lift, shining towards the ceiling, reaching over to the right. Got it right that time. One deep breath here, coming back to center on the exhale. One more time. Inhale, right arm up. One breath here. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale over to the right, lifting your hips. One breath here. And coming back to your mat on the exhale. All right, and we can remove our blanket. If you were still using one, you can put that off to the side, or you can use it underneath your knees as we come into cat-cow. Placing your hands on the mat, coming into all fours. Hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. We'll inhale, slightly drop the belly. Mostly in this cow, we're shining our chest forward, looking forward. And exhale, arching your back, tucking your tailbone, giving your baby a little hug here. Inhale, shining your chest forward, slightly lifting the tailbone, not much. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to extend our right leg back and reach your left arm forward, feeling stable through our shoulders, feeling stable through our core, giving your baby a little lift here. And you can stay like this, or if you like an extra challenge, you can lift your right foot off of the mat, pointing your toes, and just hold here and breathe, maybe engaging your ujjayi breathing, giving that a practice. And one more breath here. And exhale back to the mat. Let's switch sides. Extend your left leg back. Reach your right arm forward. Again, staying here, lifting off of the mat. Or you can extend your left toes out, lifting your left foot off of the mat. And breathe here. One more breath here. And exhale back to the mat. Let's inhale, tuck our toes. Exhale, push up and back into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet out. Whatever feels good for you today. Shake your head, nod your head. You can bring your feet close together and bring your heels over to one side and the other if you're needing a nice calf stretch, hamstring stretch. Let's stay here for one more breath. And on your next inhale, look forward. Exhale. Step forward into a forward fold, a little bit of a wider stance, leaving room for baby, and just hang here for a moment. Maybe sway side to side. And slowly rise up into Tadasana. We're just going to check our alignment here. So our feet are a little wider than sits bones distance apart now, since we want to make some room. Shoulders back and down, Chin pressed back slightly, crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. We're gonna inhale, arms out in front. Exhale, push your seat back into chair pose. Glancing down for a moment, making sure you can still see your toes. And breathe here. Shoulders down and away from the ears. One more inhale. And exhale, forward fold. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back, bringing your left knee to the mat. And bring your hands to heart center and breathe. On your next inhale, arms up as if you're holding a nice big beach ball. And exhale, slight teeny tiny baby back bend, gaze up towards your hands. And breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, coming back to an upright position. Hands to heart center, inhale. And exhale, we're going to open up to the left side. Nice open twist here. For our prenatal practice, we want to make sure we're doing open twists. So hold here and breathe, putting focus on our hips, that they're still square to the front of the mat. One more breath here. And exhale, back to center. One more inhale. And exhale. Let's grab our blocks. We're going to stay right here. But extend your right leg out so that your right toes are facing the ceiling. We're just coming into a little bit of a half split. Nice stretch for the back of your legs. And you can work with this also if you want to tuck your back toes. Maybe you want to place a blanket underneath your knee. But we'll inhale. You can bend that knee, the right knee again. And exhale, straighten. If this movement feels nice for you, you can continue that, or you can just stay right here in a little half split, supported by your blocks. Nice long spine, shoulders down and away from your ears. One more breath here. Bring your right foot flat to the mat. Place your blocks at the top of your mat. Coming back into all fours, stepping your left foot back, right foot back. We're in a plank, and push back to downward facing dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale completely and step forward in our forward fold. You can hang here again for a moment or so, keeping your knees soft, maybe shaking your head out, and then rising up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling your shoulders back and down before we inhale, arms out. Exhale into chair pose, making sure you can still see your toes, or just making sure your knees aren't over your toes. And breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step your right foot back, right knee comes to the mat. And bring your hands to heart center and breathe. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, hips facing the front of your mat. Next inhale, arms up. Exhale, gaze up, little teeny baby back bend. On your next exhale, coming back to center, we'll inhale here. And exhale, open up to the right for an open twist. Hold here and breathe. Next exhale, come back to center. One more breath here before we grab our blocks and extend our left leg out, left toes to the ceiling. And again, just figuring out how this stretch here works for you. You can play along with using some movement. Maybe it's better stationary for you. Let's do one more breath here. And place your blocks at the top of your mat. Coming into all fours, step your right foot back and your left foot back in a plank. Inhale and exhale, push back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. 1. 2. 3. Inhale, look forward. Exhale completely. Step forward into your forward fold. And inhale, rise up slowly. Rolling your shoulders back and down. I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to do just a few squats here. So let's inhale, arms out in front, and exhale into chair pose. Make sure your feet are a little wider than sit bone distance apart. We're just going to hold here, right in chair pose. Shoulders down and away from your ears. Look down, make sure your knees aren't going over your toes. And we'll inhale. Exhale, come back up to Tadasana, dropping your arms. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, coming back up to Tadasana. Let's move through that a couple more times. You can use your own pace with your breath. Really just recognizing your breath in your body, your breath marrying your movement. It's very important in general as a human being, but also as a birthing human being. We want to attach our breath and movement. Makes labor a little more bearable. Let's do one more round here. Coming back up to Tadasana. Now heel toe your feet out wide, and we're going to point our toes to opposite corners of our mat. And for this next movement, we want to imagine that we're just sliding up and down a wall. If it's helpful for you, you can actually slide up and down a wall, coming down into a little squat here. Maybe before you felt like you come down here, we're going to play it safe and just come into a little bit of a baby squat here. Pressing your knees back if they have the tendency to fall in. And we're going to hold here and bring your arms out to the side. Maybe you want to hold them out to the side, palms up. Maybe you want to come into a little cactus arms, whatever feels good for you today. We're going to inhale, exhale, come back up, squeezing your mat, bringing your heels together. Inhale on the way down, relaxing. Exhale, coming back up, squeezing your mat together. Inhale, relax. Exhale, coming back up. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Relaxing is just as important. Exhale, coming back up. I don't know if that was 3, but let's do another one. Inhale, relax on the way down. Exhale, squeezing your heels together. And now let's come back down again, just slightly, and we're gonna hold here and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. Take a nice deep breath to prepare. We're gonna come right back down just a little bit. You can always adjust. And we're going to lift our right heel off of the mat and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back up. Nice big breath to prepare again. And coming back down, you guessed it, lift your left heel off of the mat and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up, heel toeing your toes together, your feet together. I'm gonna turn to face the top of my mat now. Inhale, arms out. Exhale into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold again. Hands to the mat. Step back into a downward facing dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Let's inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, coming into a half pigeon. So right knee towards your right wrist. Lowering down. Again, options for support here are a block or bolster or prop underneath your right hip. Also blocks for your forearms. I was always surprised at how long into my pregnancy I could come into a pigeon pose. Every week I was like, I don't think I can do it, but I was able to do it. Surprising. Nice deep breaths here, opening up those hips. One more breath here. Bringing our hands to the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pushing back into 3-legged dog. And placing your right foot back on the mat. Inhale, left leg up and back. And exhale, half pigeon. Remembering, keeping in mind to find your edge and then back off a little bit. You could even take this moment as well to practice your Ujjayi breath. Let's do one more breath here. Placing your blocks out of your way, hands to the mat. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, left leg up and back, and left foot back to the mat. Let's bring your knees to the mat, taking them wide for child's pose, pushing your seat back, reaching for the top of the mat, forehead comes to the mat. Imagine your tailbone reaching down towards the mat, getting that nice length in your lower back. Options for child's pose if you're feeling uncomfortable or large is to again place those blocks underneath your forearms and do it that way. We're going to do one more breath here. And lift your forehead off of the mat, walking your hands back towards your body, bringing your knees in close together, and we are coming into toes pose. So tuck those toes, sit back on your heels. If you would like, you can place a folded blanket or even a bolster in between your seat and your leg if that is a little bit more comfortable for you. But as we kind of settle in here, we're going to just relax into the mat, into our toes. We are here because it is a stamina exercise. Please engage your Ujjayi breath. Roll your shoulders back and down, sitting nice and tall, closing your eyes, relaxing your forehead, relaxing your jaw. This is uncomfortable, but we can breathe through it. One more breath here. After your last exhale, tip forward, coming onto your hands, and tap your toes out. Ooh. And come back into a comfortable seated position and come onto your blanket. Sitting right on the edge of your blanket so your pelvis is nice and upright. Bring the soles of your feet together. If you would like, you can place blocks underneath just for a little support. If you're having hip flexor issues. And just sitting nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your baby. Maybe hands come to heart center. Maybe your hands fall to your knees, palms facing up, ready to receive the gifts of the universe. Take a moment here to breathe, consciously breathe, mindfully breathe. And imagine your ideal birth from the start of labor, from where you want to be when your labor starts, what day you want this to happen, how you want your reaction to be, what you're feeling, the confidence with which you go through your labor, taking all you've learned about yourself and your body and your mind and your spirit to your birth with you, and that it is a journey for you and your baby. imagining the ease with which your baby comes into this world and the joy you feel at that moment of birth. Take one more deep breath here. And flutter your eyes open. I'm going to invite you to take a nice long Shavasana. The options are to set up your reclined bolster or cushion like we did at the beginning of our practice. The other option is to take your bolster, cushion, or pillow between your knees and lay on your left side, just to kind of get your practice to settle in, take that moment of relaxation, and try to incorporate that just a little meditation of envisioning your ideal birth, trying to make that a practice daily or weekly up until the very end. And thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in your third trimester.